What's up, everyone? Kyle Fisk over at BOHO HOBO, and today I want to talk about the theory I had about how life is a game. So besides the point, which is a totally different topic, of how life could be philosophically proven to possibly be a simulation, like we're living in a virtual reality world, so to speak, I want to, with this philosophical argument, prove that living life with the approach that life is a video game, life is a game, life is a simulation, how that can actually bring well-being to us, and how that could actually help us pursue this reality, if it is a video game simulation or not. It can provide us a sense of strength to move forward and navigate this life with, like I said, a way to manifest well-being, and also give us a guide or an ideal to strive for, a way to give us guidance in how to carry out our behavior and make decisions. Now, I know everyone's probably not going to buy into this idea. This is probably geared more towards the person that wants to pursue self-development or become like an entrepreneur, creative, pursue this like idea of self-actualization. So trying to become greater than, not greater, but in a sense trying to unlock all of these talents and abilities within to pursue the world, to find more opportunities, to live life with a full amount of experience. So like it could apply to a numerous different amounts of people, but there is probably a set category that's going to require people to pursue life with like goals in mind, or trying to increase their self-concept. So essentially, life is a game. This sort of philosophy, it allows us to approach life from a place of peace. Because at the end of the day, like, no matter how stressed we get in life, we can always say, oh, it's just a game, it's not that serious. And it's something to be grateful for, like that we actually are able to have the opportunity to play this game. And when we do pursue life, we can navigate it in this way of like, oh, we're just leveling up in a video game. Like similar to World of Warcraft, where we just like travel the land, the world, like the MMORPGs that I used to play with when I was a kid. Yeah, you would create this character for yourself, whether it's like a warlock, wizard, mage, warrior, rogue, and we all have these like hidden truths to us as far as like maybe who our identity is or our character type. But like when you're playing the game, you don't necessarily know that like, oh, this is the character I am. Only the people that are playing the game know what character that character is. And if we can kind of like in this metaphysical way disconnect ourselves from our character type, to have the self-awareness to look at ourselves instead of from our own perspective, we can see maybe that these are our truths. Maybe I am that mage. Maybe in this practical world, maybe it's realizing that, oh, maybe I am a nurse, maybe I am a firefighter or a police officer, or I have these talents that are certain things that I gravitate towards, and maybe that has something to do with like the way your brain cognitively functions to be able to like process information. Because at the end of the day, like if we are in a game, like all of our environments, all the experiences that we have, like essentially life is just like a collection of experiences, a series of like new ideas, thoughts, and emotions that like encapsulate this thing that we call life. And all of that is information, and everyone has different brains, neurological capacities that they process at different speeds or different ways. And like if we can tap into how we cognitively function, I think that's a sure way of like discovering who we actually are, or like our personality types. And this sounds like very abstract and wishy-washy, but at the same time, it's like there's psychological beliefs, there's psychological schools of thought that help us lead down the path of personality identity, such as like Myers-Briggs. Yes, it's controversial. Big Five, ocean, even like astrology, horoscopes. And yes, those concepts might be not true, they might be controversial, but the process of developing your self-concept, that's the thing that's valuable. It's not necessarily the product of like, oh, this is the way things are, or this is the information you should consume from this. No, instead maybe it's like, okay, the process of constantly questioning myself, of having introspection, that's going to unlock deeper levels of understanding with who we are. And that's the thing that's important, not necessarily like the information that's out there already that we read into in books and on the internet. No, it's just the process of questioning and finding connections with the information that's out there, with things that like authentically connect with who we are. And when we unlock our character type, who we are, our self-concept, then we have this better capacity of pursuing this life as a game. This life is a game kind of thing, but pursuing it from a place of like, oh shit, maybe I am a mage, and maybe these are the skills and talents that I should be developing. And when we connect the things that we do on a day-to-day basis, the skills that we want to harness with our self-concept, then it's just like affirmation there. It reaffirms our beliefs even more of like, this is who I am, and that's where motivation is created. It creates a level of discipline now. It helps empower us and pursue this life with optimism, instead of like thinking and like comparing yourself to other people of like, oh, I should be this way or that way. Instead, it's like, no, this is who I am, and the only person that can be me is me, and I'm just like this unique character in this world, and trying to be authentic in oneself. And the only way we can do that is by developing our self-concept, our vision of who we are and who we want to become through the development of personality type and our beliefs and ideologies and all of these things that make up who we are. And then when we pursue the world with all of that information, with that confidence of who we are, then we level up. And how do we level up? Well, you put yourself out there. You, again, through the practice and study of that craft that you so choose to pick, you can put yourself in opportunities, experiences that align with those different types of skill sets. And you're also networking at the same time. So just like in a video game where like you have level 10, 20, 30, all the way up to like 100 or whatever, depending on what game you play, you unlock new opportunities, new experiences, new networks of communities that bring out different aspects of who you are. And that's what I think life is all about. It's like, first figuring out self-awareness, coming from a place of peace with like, this is just a video game. That's just doesn't have to be all serious. Like, even though I'm like very passionate with like this concept of life as a game, and like I really believe it, at the same time it's like, whatever, like we have nothing to lose kind of thing. And if you're given this one life, it's like, okay, well, you could make the most out of it and try to have the best experience of your life. Maybe not the best, I don't want to like put it on a hierarchy of things, but just a experience. Do you want to have more experiences in life, or do you want to just sit on the couch and compare yourself to other people and like hope and wish that one day something will happen? Or do you want to put yourself in the process of having those experiences yourself? And like, going off on another tangent, is like the internet is allowing us to have the opportunities to pursue self-growth, to network with other people. Like, yeah, it would be great to make $1 million doing what you love on the internet and doing whatever you want, because you have the capabilities and freedoms of that because of the internet. But at the same time, it's like, no, like that is a cool thing to strive for. But even if you're not making millions of dollars, you still have the opportunity to have that experience, to network with people that you align with your beliefs and ideology. And like, you get to pursue down this path that is authentic to oneself. And I think that's the true success. Authenticity, not success, not like the fame and fortune and achievement. Like, that's all just external to us. But like, when we can really tap into who we are as a person and get to live that day to day, then that's freedom. That's internal freedom, and that's a beautiful thing. And even if it's like you work a day job and you come home, you still have those 4 or 5 hours where you get to pursue that self-development and something that you truly love. And again, it's probably harder if you have kids and stuff, definitely understanding of that. But again, it's just, we're living in this day and age with so much opportunity because of social media and all these different digital platforms out there. And I think we should take advantage of that. And we also don't have to be so hard on ourselves too. Because of this approach, again, I definitely want to stress the importance of life as a game, because it helps us when we're in times of stress to like look at life as like, oh, not being that serious. But at the same time, when we come to a sense of peace, a sense of structure, then we can also at the same time pursue life with this belief that it's a challenge, that like there's opportunity to grow. And it's not just the day in and day out of doing the same thing over and over again, but there's like things that are out there that allow you to have like novelty or more purpose or meaning or excitement. And it's a story. You're creating a story for yourself. And wouldn't you want to create like the story that is true to who you are? Wouldn't you want to maybe like look back at your life and be like, oh wow, like I lived a life that was worth living, kind of thing, or I lived a life that really truly meant something of importance to me. And the only way we can do that is by like tapping into what our value structure is, what our beliefs are. So again, reiterating, life is a game. It gives us a sense of peace in times of struggle. It gives us optimism and a sense of challenge to pursue something greater than where we are right now. It gives us guidance in how to pursue it, from creating and developing self-awareness to develop a character type. And then 4, it's like providing us the opportunity and gratitude that we need to be like, wow, like there is things out there that will align with who I am as a character, and I can seek those things out. And that life isn't just this day-to-day routine thing of just mundane tasks, but there's something more out there to be discovered, and only you, by living an authentic life, can discover things that are true to who you are. So that's my rant for the day. Definitely went on a lot of different tangents. I'm sweating. It's like 95 degrees out, and I'm just sitting in my car toasting. Like I'm sweating right now on top of my lip. But yeah, hopefully that was insightful, and yeah, maybe it just like gives you a different way of looking at life. So have a good day. Take care now, folks. Peace.